So if you would like to listen to this practice in a still position, you can just take all the time that you need to arrive there and let yourself fidget and adjust all you need to. Maybe do some neck rolls, maybe some cat-cows with the spine or side body bends, just anything at all that feels good in your body right now. And if what feels best for your body right now is finding stillness right away, then honoring that. Just doing your best to come fully into your sense of feeling, reminding yourself that this practice is not one of thinking or doing, but one of feeling and listening. So starting to come into those senses in your own body, becoming curious about what your body feels like right now, what your mind feels like, what your heart feels like. And approaching it from this state of curiosity really helps us to not try to change it. To approach something just from a state of acceptance already. You're not trying to control what you find, but you're just wondering what you will find. Being very open-minded about the sensations in your body, in your mind and heart. And there is no rush whatsoever. You can continue to move throughout this practice whenever you feel the need to. And if you would like to come to a still position and you haven't already, you can do so. Just feeling that your spine is relatively straight. And if you're in a place where you feel safe and would like to, you can let the eyes gently close at any time. You can just mark your arrival into your body today and into this practice with a full intentional cleansing breath. A long and slow inhale in through the nose, filling up to every corner and edge of you. And then just holding that for a moment at the top to really feel what it's like to be full as you gently exhale. Slowly letting this air exit the body. Gently pulling the navel toward the spine at the bottom of the exhale to just get that last bit of stagnant air out of you as you again pause to just feel that emptiness. And allowing your next breath to come to you as it's needed. And you can breathe just like that for a few more rounds for as long as it feels good. Just by exaggerating the 4 parts of your breath. Lengthening the inhale, the pause at the top of the inhale, the exhale, and the pause at the bottom of the exhale. Consciously and intentionally slowing down the breath. Slowing down the mind, the body. Reminding yourself that the breath is the bodily function that can be either voluntary or automatic. And the breath can be the most powerful tool to consciously calm ourselves or slow things down within us. If we notice that the breath is shallow and short, maybe quick, we have the ability to notice that and instead deepen. And that ability can feel a lot easier just with practice. So not worrying about if that doesn't feel easy right now. That is perfectly okay, and there is nothing wrong with you if that is the case. Again, approaching yourself and this practice and your findings from this place of curiosity. As you start to bring some awareness just to the muscles in your face. And even if the eyes are closed, maybe seeing any expression that might be resting on your face. Maybe feeling any emotions that might be communicated by the expression on your face. Maybe with a tense jaw, or chin or nostrils. Maybe the brow or forehead. Maybe even the ears. Or the muscles in the cheeks. And again, just by making note of where you're starting from, of how your resting face is today, in this moment, that is what gives you the point of view where you have the ability to soften and to change, maybe, to release those muscles. And just allowing your jaw to hang heavy. Allowing your lips to be soft. Allowing your nostrils to release. And just noticing if there's any residing tension there. And sometimes it can be really helpful to activate all the muscles in the face, to tense everything and make a really small, tight face, and then feel the opposite of that. So you can really feel the difference of what it's like when you are holding, tightening, resisting maybe, to when you are opening, softening, and releasing. Feeling that contrast. Feeling all those tiny muscles along your lash line that usually scrunch up when you squint, even feeling those soften. Letting the eyes get a little bit wider, the forehead get a little bit deeper. Maybe even feeling a sensation like all the muscles are just hanging off of the bones in the face. Feeling a sense of trust with your own anatomy. Trusting that everything will be held right where it needs to be without any of your holding or doing. But right now, it is safe for you to let go. Letting your shoulders drop down away from the ears. And starting to feel a broad sense across your collarbones. Maybe your heart was curled back. Maybe your shoulders almost protecting your heart space. And just seeing if you can let your heart come forward a bit. Resting between the shoulders. In this more proud position. This more powerful stance. Letting all the air enter into the heart, enter into the lungs. Letting yourself expand. And feeling a sense of safety with where you are right now. With the surface that is beneath you. With the gravity that is holding you to that surface. This ultimate deep sense of safety. That it is okay for you to let go. You are not going to float away if you do. But you will be held right where you need to be. And as you remind yourself of this deep and ultimate safety that all of us have, there might be some things that pop up for you, maybe some reminders or fears even, maybe some events or people in your life that don't fully support this sense of safety. Maybe some things that make you feel unsafe. And not pushing those away or ignoring those things as they come up, but just letting those seeds be planted within you. Reminding yourself that you are strong and capable of doing hard things. And if there are any steps you can take in the future to better support your safety, or to curate your own life to better support your safety, then letting those seeds be planted with a sense of patience and trust with yourself, that you will make the necessary moves you need to make when you need to make them, no sooner or later. And change takes time. And starting to bring some awareness now into your heart. And just gradually letting more and more of your awareness funnel into the heart. Becoming curious of what the rhythm of your heart is right now. Curious with how heavy or light your heart is feeling right now. And knowing that whatever you find is okay. Whatever you are feeling is what you are meant to feel. And if you are moving through deep sorrow, pain, grief, loss, letting yourself feel those feelings. Those feelings do not go away by ignoring them, distracting ourselves from them, or trying to move on before we're ready. Our emotions are just like the plants or flowers blooming. We do not bloom before we are ready. And you have to move through these processes as they come. And there is nothing wrong with you if you are feeling particularly bad. Or maybe if you thought you had moved on, if you thought you were doing better, and now you might feel like you regressed or are doing worse again. These don't mean that there's anything wrong with you or that you're doing anything wrong. This is the natural process that we move through when we are in tough times, especially grief. It is not a linear path. We do not gradually get better and better and better until we're all the way better. But sometimes we will get better and then get worse again, and get better again and worse again. So just having so much patience and grace with yourself along this journey. Because sometimes our biggest source of suffering is just those feelings, those should feelings. Feeling like we should have moved on by now, or we should be feeling better by now. And that can cause the most suffering. So just reminding yourself that it is perfectly human and natural if those should feelings are coming up. And at the same time, reminding yourself that whatever you are feeling is what you should be feeling, simply because you're feeling it. So allowing yourself to cry if tears come up, allowing yourself to scream, to punch pillows if that's what you need to do, go for a run, dance maybe, anything at all that your body is asking of you. Letting the emotions flow through you rather than trying to push them down, ignore them, and move on before you're ready. And knowing that you are not in any struggle alone. Every single struggle and pain, no matter how isolating it feels, it is a part of being human and the human experience. And there are people out there who know what you feel like, including the isolation, including that loneliness. And we are so lucky to live in a time where we can be connected with so many different people around the world. So if you feel called to reach out to different support systems online, or even just blog about your own experience, then allowing yourself to do that, allowing yourself to do whatever you feel in your heart you need to do to move forward with your grief, move forward with your pain and sorrow. Maybe not necessarily move on from it. Maybe you will carry this with you, and that is okay too. But just asking yourself, planting the question inside yourself of what you need to do to feel a sense of purpose with what you're feeling. So you can just continue to feel anything at all that comes up for you. Continue to soften your body as needed. As you just listen to the following words from Clarity and Connection by Young Pueblo. And just allow anything that feels helpful or feels like it resonates with you to just soak into you a little bit deeper. Just building that trust and confidence with yourself, knowing that you already know the answers to the deepest questions you have. Sometimes the end is sudden, and you are left without closure, heartbroken and unprepared for such a sharp change. For a while, you live with a mind that is half here and half full of regret, wondering what if. For a while, your heart only feels grief and your mind only sees gray. And then life starts to call you back into its arena of possibility and reminds you that all is not lost, and that even though a chapter ended, there is still a longer story to be told. With time and intention, wounds lose their heaviness. Healing fills the tough parts of your being, and you awaken with the light of love within yourself. In time, you will return fully into the precious now with a heart that feels refreshed and ready to move forward. How many times has everything come crashing down and left you feeling as though the world was over? Now, how many times after grieving have you gotten back up, embraced the power of your determination, and moved forward into a new life? Old patterns do not give up easily. They will try to keep pulling you into reactions that lead into repeating the past. But in time, after not feeding them for a while and continually practicing your ability to pause and respond, they weaken and become easier to let go. They may still appear as an option occasionally, but will not have the same strength as before. This is the turning point, the shift that changes everything, the leap forward you have been waiting for. The victory when it becomes clear that you have moved beyond the past and into a new life, where you have matured enough to intentionally be your own person. Learning how to breathe and be okay when my mind feels dark and gray. To accept this passing moment without suppression or lasting fear. To know that the clouds moving through me do not define who I am or who I will be. Learning the art of letting go has been the skill my mind has always sought. Now I see that I am a river always changing, while moving gently in the direction of total liberty. There may be times when you feel like a lot of what you've understood no longer makes sense. This might make you feel as though you have regressed, but it is actually a sign that you are opening new space for deeper wisdom and greater perception. When your previous understandings disintegrate, they are not always immediately replaced by better or deeper understandings. When you take your growth seriously, you will often find yourself in this in-between state. It is okay to live without clear answers. Growth is not about forcing understanding. It is about allowing it to grow organically. Know your sources of rejuvenation. The amount of solitude you need to feel fresh again. The activities that strengthen your creativity. And the people who light up your spirit. You can just take the next few moments to just let everything you've heard today settle. And just trusting that anything you've heard that felt like it resonated with you or struck a chord with you. It's just when we hear on the outside what a part of us already knows to be true on the inside. So just letting those truths be enhanced within you, so you feel a little bit more confidence to act on your own instincts, to enhance that trust with yourself. Reminding yourself that there is not one person out there who can teach you more about yourself and your needs than what alone time can teach you about yourself. letting your awareness come back to your face. And just notice if any tension has crept back anywhere, if any expression has come back. And just once again, allowing it to soften and let go. Reminding yourself that you are safe to let go and be yourself. You do not need to change yourself to please anyone else. And as you bring some awareness now into your heart, just reminding yourself of this constant gift, this constant proof of your worthiness of this life. If you ever question whether you are worthy of being here, in this body, in this life, remind yourself of your constant source of proof, the life that is constantly being given to you through your heart. There is nothing particular you've done to make your heart beat, but this is a pure gift and proof of your worthiness. Simply by being alive means you are worthy of being alive. If it feels like something you'd like to do, you can just let your hands come and find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. And just taking this moment again to feel your power, feel this gift, knowing that this gift does not last forever. All of us will have a time where this gift is gone. We will all move through the natural phases of life, and therefore death. And this is about what we can do with the time that we have here. How much of ourselves can we uncover and share? How much love can we find in ourselves and therefore awaken with the people around us, with the world around us? And just being so kind and patient to yourself along this journey, knowing that you will make mistakes, you will mess up, and that does not define you. Just taking a final deep breath into your body, just letting yourself fill up to every corner and edge. And as you exhale, letting go of anything you're ready to let go of as you let your head gently bow. And just taking this moment to bow to whatever source of energy allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. Bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. May this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights, and may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you.